You know what? I don't want you anymore. What do you mean I can't cancel my pre-order? Fuck. Honestly, expectations were low going into this episode, so I was pleasantly surprised to find out... Toei, y'all listening to me? So right off the bat, they start things off by introducing civilian reactions to everything going on. Finally, it feels like they live in a world that actually exists again. Though its anecdotes to real-life vaccine hesitancy got a little bit too real. Or am I the only one who noticed this? After Akaishi's declaration, Phoenix starts opening up facilities so they can stamp the population in order to suck out everyone's inner demons, while others aren't really buying it and opt to not get the stamp. Y'all, this shit's too real. At Weekend, Momma Weekend is back again! John Toei really is hearing my complaints. Tamaki finally shows up to Weekend Base being able to always find Hana, as his simpage knows no limits. After Momma Weekend gets some dialogue for her lack of appearances, Tamaki wants to join Weekend, and points out the hypocrisy to not allowing him in versus everyone else. But if he's going to be accepted, he needs to take part in a trial. Meanwhile, news media is reporting that the new facilities are being built to house folks who have received the stamp, because introducing a new organization 36 episodes into a series is completely logical. Introducing ARARAT. Your logo is literally a pyramid. Y'all, it's a pyramid scheme. Addressing another one of my past statements, turns out George did not lose his CSM collection and had them safely tucked away. What? Pure speculation. He transformed into demons off-screen, swam down, and got his entire collection from Phoenix Base. Cause there's no way he's gonna leave his Clone Rider starter kit in the water as well. I bet they're just gonna look like floating corpses at the Happy Spa. Speaking of the Happy Spa, that's where George is making his new setup, trying to be able to move his home base there, since his home's obviously pretty much gone. The amount of 2020 references continue, as some folks aren't taking the Gifu threat as serious. That is, until Vail unveils himself. I'll see myself out. Vail's quest for Daddy Genta never ceases, confronting Sakura, taking some shots from Hana, and eventually hijacking Tamaki. Mission start. While everyone is scrambling to find out what to do with Tamaki, the main character of the show, Hikaru, shows up to explain that it was all just part of the plan this whole time. They decide to finally make Tamaki's character useful again by giving him a newly made weekend driver and use it to track his location. Daddy Genta is here as well, looking to finally settle things, and he's useless. So that stamp they've been using to suck the demons out, it's the same as the Gifu Jr. stamp. Akaishi summoning a whole horde of these grunts at the same time a bunch of demons are fusing at the back end. Daiji pretty much spends the rest of the episode fighting the Gifu grunts until we get the grand revelation of the new Hell Giftarian. Not having a human host, this is the most intelligent pure demon we've seen, well, in the show. Quickly handling Daiji his weekly L. Tamaki's mission bears fruit as Iki and the gang show up to save the day. We get confrontation between a Kimitarian and Iki, explaining that she knows the way that they can defeat Gifu. You need Gifu's power to beat Gifu. The old fight fire with fire. Vail continues wrecking face until Tamaki shows up with the fake out we all saw coming. They even hype this up like it's going to be his moment, but no. Vail snatches up that Vice stamp quickly and takes its powers. You know, if he can just snatch them up from folks like that, how come he didn't do that to Iki, Sakura, and everyone else? You know what? Never mind. We'll make Hikaru a writer, but not fucking Tamaki. Great. Sound logic. I love you guys. Love the writers. Fantastic. Speaking of subverting expectations, getting smacked down and losing his belt Phi style, Hana picks it up with her purified Queen Bee Vice stamp ready and transforms into Kamen Rider Aguilera. The driver literally says subvert up, because Revice is the show of subverting expectations. Y'all can either take that as a net positive or a net loss. Kamen Rider Aguilera is shown to be as OP as any new writer's debut, as she does what Thundergale nor Genu have been able to do this episode and actually drive Vail away. Tamaki gets the deets on Akaishi's new base, and Iki asks George about saving a Kemitarian. Alright, so with this episode, we get the debut of a whole new writer, so let's talk about Kamen Rider Aguilera. This writer is brought to you by Target. Let's get this out the way. Love the driver, hate the writer design.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
It's essentially a giant bullseye on top of a reused Kamen Rider ghost suit. This is a stage show rider that finally gets some screen time. Top heavy doesn't even seem like the right word here. Head heavy? I know it's supposed to be the back of a bee's stinger, but it just looks so off to me. This, along with Overdemons, are just trash suits in general. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing with this show. Rating time! So, this show actually has addressed a lot of the issues that I had previously. But that's not to say that I didn't find any faults with it. And thus, this episode is going to get a generous B from me. Get it? B? I'll see myself out. Alright, I feel that Akemi is likely going to allow herself to become either a Vice stamp or be housed within the Demon's Driver, in order to actually give Iki the boost in power that he needs. We get the massive tease that there's going to be multiple Demon's Drivers out there, which we could see the return of Kamen Rider Vail without the Vail driver. But it will likely need a rename. Over Vail. So Hana honestly is as deserving of a Kamen Rider form as Tamaki is, but I still hate that they did that man dirty. He just can't catch a break. However, it's odd that Weekend managed to create their own driver and single-handedly make it outclass everything and everyone. Holy Live has been catching holy L's since his debut. Iki keeps not going straight into Thundergale, knowing exactly what he's up against. And even the last few weeks, he's been having his own struggles. I'm kind of just waiting for his final form to go ahead and debut, but I guess we gotta get all these new writers in and out the way first. While we're on this slate of undeserving writers, you know what? I can't wait for Weekend Mom to become Kamen Rider Chancleta and be the most OP of them all. For y'all Latinos listening out there, you know what I'm talking about. The Hell Giftarian shows up kinda quickly as well. I was originally thinking that all these gathered up demons were causing Gifu to get more mobile. But nope, it's just another big bad. Also, yeah, we get a teaser for a new housing project called ARARAT. I'm sure this will be used somewhere. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this week's episode? It seems like we are just rushing through introductions of these writers and villains, which makes the snail's crawl of a pace the previous 6 episodes seem a little weird. Those 2 episode arcs could have just been single episodes in order to properly introduce and build up to the floodgates of developments that we've had these last 2 episodes. What are your thoughts on Kamen Rider Aguilera and the cock block of Tamaki? Anyway, that's it for me. I will catch you all next time. Bye. I wrote Target mascot on this. That's what this is. This has been in the background the whole time.